you're actually the first foreigner to pronounce my name correctly.
Well, cause
What's
I'm also a
name?
foreigner. That's why.
So, can you? I didn't get. I need to introduce you. So,
Hmm.
anything, anything in particular, I can. I think you have done this before with the setup and all that. So,
I'm a
and maybe,
podcaster. I'm a performer myself. I do videos all the time. I do live videos all the time.
great. You can take over, man. I'm an amateur podcaster, so I got a lot of things to learn from you.
Well, we're
So,
here.
hopefully, we're gonna get another guest.
Ooh.
She she is she's an author, and she's gonna join us from Caribbean. So I messaged her. I know she's online, but yeah, we're good to go. What you doing, by the way? Yeah, you could say something about your work now.
Okay.
Just
Let's see. So
uh,
I do a lot of things. I mean, initially I started my creative journey as a painter, so a visual author, you could say.
dude,
And
I just wanted a painter, so I just messaged another painter like
mhm,
today to be on the show.
mhm.
I really wanted to talk about art so much.
Dude, art
Seriously. So
is my
what kind?
life. Like everything, expression is my life.
Hey, okay, can you send me a couple of like whatever you got, like whatever your books, just give me a couple of links so that later I could put it in the comment
Of
section.
course, of course. I'll just I'll put it through the private chat here. Everything's on my website, andreypsyche.com. You can see my drawings, my paintings, the books I have. I've published music. I've written pieces for journalism outlets. There's 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 not a shortage of my creativity online, and I mean that's why I'm here. I love
What's
sharing
the
that.
website called? I'll put it in the live stream. What's the website?
AndreyPsyche.com.
Oh, you put
ANDREY.
it
Yeah, my
your,
name.com.
your name.com.
Yeah, yeah. Got a lot of fun things. Have a lot of fun things there. Ah, da 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 da. Mm, 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 mm,
Hey, listen, if for some reason I go, because yesterday what happened?
Your
I got
Wi-Fi
two
routed.
guests. How the fuck did you know?
I'm psychic, bro. What are you talking about? I come in here, I know things.
So yesterday what happened? There was a hailstorm, there was a storm out there,
Hmm.
and I got two guests on. So the power one went off. I live in India, so
Hmm.
the power went off, and there were one aspiring author and one published author. So I picked the guest list quite diverse.
Hmm.
I went off. They went they went on to take over the goddamn show. And my friends were messaging me, "What the fuck, man? Where the fuck are you? Your show has been hijacked." And I couldn't even message them because my phone was out of charge. Man. It was a nightmare yesterday. But
Oh,
thankfully I could it was 2% charge left on my phone, so just it just somehow messaged them to end the shit. So if something happened I think I'm in safe hands.
hmm.
You can take over the show and end the broadcast. Jesus
Totally,
fucking
no, totally. But hey, at least you created a format where when you're gone, it still goes on. The show must go on, and I'm sure they had a
show
lovely
must
conversation.
They did have a good conversation. They didn't bitch about me. Thank God about that. Because I literally throwed some punches.
Hmm.
Man, because there was a guy, I don't know if you saw the show, the last show. I'll send you a link later. It's great. So you did. I actually, I saw your profile before as well.
Hmm.
I think I posted. Why the fuck is she not online? Otherwise, we could go on. Do you want us to?
We could do this, and then she comes in. We'll invite her gently, and then we keep going. I mean, we're here. Let's make the most of the situation.
Ben, I love your energy. What the fuck? Where's the internet? You're 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 one of the different guests that I have.
Thank you.
I've never had. like such an energy before. I gotta say, I had a rapper on, and he was from London, but even
Mm.
even the rapper didn't have as much energy as you. What the fuck, why? What's up with the glasses?
Well, quick story. I was doing a comedy show just a couple of weeks ago, or for Valentine's Day, and I was hosting it, and I was performing some music, and I wrote a piece specifically for it. And
Hmm?
when I was hosting, I was trying to be like this over sexualized '70s kind of game show host. So I got my mustache, I got my '70s glasses, and I have a shirt with like no sleeves, so I'm just like showing my guns. And honestly, I enjoyed that night so much, and I enjoyed that look so much. I was like, I'm gonna carry this with me for a little bit. I can't let this go just yet. So the glasses, the mustache, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. Do you think I'm sexy? Eh. I hope I didn't lose you, Saurav. I hope I didn't lose you. But if I'm here, we got a little message dropping in by. Oh, boom, boom. No problemo, sir. No problemo. And if you were, if you saw this show, if you saw my live stream just a couple days ago, I had a similar occurrence happen. The internet fell away into the ether. It says, "We will not be back," says the internet. And I had to do some hotspot from my phone. Now, luckily, Verizon gave me some free hotspot because of the coronavirus. I don't know why, but they did, so I used it, and I was able to continue with my show. But technical difficulties happen all the time, everywhere, and that's just life. That is life. Let's see. Refresh, refresh, refresh. I mean, while I wait, I can do this. Boom. And then why not read a book to myself? I always open it to the Scarlet Love. I just read this yesterday. Quiet Company. Let's read Quiet Company since it's just me right now.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you, baby.
Let's go live.
Let's do it.
Fuck her. That's I don't well, she's a mom already, so what
You're
the fuck?
funny.
I don't give it. Okay.
Uh,
And okay, let me put on my shades because you also got your
yeah, put
shades.
on your shades, man. Let's be fly together. There you go. There you go. Mm, mm, mm.
And we're live. Let me go solo first. What's up, B? Goa Beach, Miami Beach, every beach in the house. I'm gonna be cool today because it's Easter and I decided to. I'm gonna address the elephant in the room here. It's not my lacrosse glasses. See, I understand the format itself is a little, well, I'm an amateur, so, I do last minute things. I don't have contacts that much, but I do. I don't know. I got a good luck every time. I got some. I already have beautiful people on my show, best people. Best of the best. MCs, rappers, songwriters. And then they turn out to be fucking amazing. So today I have somebody special on my show. Um, he is an artist. He is an MC. He is every freaking thing that you could imagine, and I love his energy. I really do love his energy, and he's a complete stranger, so this is gonna be as usual, impromptu. But before we go online, I want to address an individual. This individual is a hater. And I don't know, just a couple of days ago, I did this live stream, and he commented after this broadcast was ended. He still kept on commenting as if it was going live. I don't know what substance you're on, dude. If you said you interrupted like in the middle of the. I was given the monologue. You said, you know, you should come on, get on with it. Well, first of all, let me tell you something. Hey, baby. Let me tell you something. Come here. Okay. This ain't your marriage, and I ain't your local pastor. So this is fucking my show, and I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I'll use profanity. I'll 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 curse your mother. I'll do everything. I'll even go on a date with your father. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. See, I don't give a fuck. See, I got an hour-long show, and if you think I have to be the Easter Bunny every fucking minute for your bitch ass, so sitting somewhere in Harlem, fuck you, you bitch. I ain't gonna be, I ain't gonna be a joker because of you. So go back to Detroit or stick in Harlem or wherever the fuck you are. I'm not gonna show your profile. You know, to base the shades are on, and the gloves are off.
Uh,
Ladies and gentlemen, my guest. He is freaking amazing. It's a little comedy here. I always wanted to have an energy that matches my energy. As you can see, I have my satanic hoodie on, and to match my satanic energies, wearing serial killer glasses from parts unknown, Andy Psyche.
that was a hilarious, hilarious introduction. Thank you very much.
Thousand.
Andrey
Thank
Psyche
you
in the
very much.
house. Yes, Andrey Psyche in the house.
Why the fuck are you a psyche, man? Why are you a psychic or something? When could you literally predicted that my Wi-Fi router was going to go out. What the fuck are your powers, man?
Honestly, I appreciate that you say that, and I will go into this in this moment. So, Psyche is a name that I made up initially because I created my podcast, which is called Almighty Psyche, which sheds a light on the power of the mind, of our mind, of the possibilities that all of us can have in this world. So, after showing that, I guess, idea and showing the strength of the individual, I took up the name Psyche just as a remembrance to show back to the power that we all have. So, and in my personal opinion, for psyche and psychics, same thing here. I watched your video like right before jumping on this, and you said something about my Wi-Fi broke and blah 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 blah. So when I come up here, you don't have that knowledge, and
Oh,
exactly. So I go,
you, you're a con artist. For a moment, I thought you were actually a psychic,
I'm not
man.
psychic. See, the beauty thing with psychics, and I do believe that there's a higher dimensionality with other psychics, and maybe they can feel something that I can't. But there's a deeper aspect of just knowledge of the self. That once you know yourself enough, you can see a reflection of yourself in other people and see where they are in their journey. So at that point, you can see where they are based on where you were, and you can make judgments of where they are mentally based on where you were mentally at that time, and then you can predict where they're gonna go, left or right, up or down, and where they're thinking at that time. So that's also a part of being psychic is just knowledge of the self.
Andy,
Andre,
let me ask you.
yes.
Oh, oh. I'm gonna call you Andy. I said, did you not hear my monologue?
Oh, I heard
I
you.
just said I could say whatever the fuck I want. This is my show. There are
You
three
can.
people joining us. Okay, hey, three people. You're watching Andre the Giant, and let me ask Andre the Giant something. All right, listen.
Yes,
I wanted to ask a serious question now.
please, Saurav. I've been waiting
You
for
were
it.
so what the fuck? What sort of so what are you on? NZT or cocaine?
I am
At
high
the
on
at the
life, my
moment.
friend. At the moment, life. I don't do drugs. I don't drink alcohol. I eat a very healthy diet. I exercise and meditate, and it got to a point where life is just fucking fantastic, man. Like that's it.
The fuck?
Yeah,
Really?
for sure. Like yeah, like really. I've been
I
celibate for years.
the
Don't even miss it,
the
honestly.
You're celibate as well?
for like 6 7 years now, probably 6 years. I don't want to say too much. I mean, not that I don't like sex. I love sex, but it
How could you say you love sex when you don't have it for 6 years?
can you I don't know. You love pizza. Do you eat it every morning, every day? Like there's a love for something that you can have, and you don't have to possess it. There's still that love that is in your heart for it. You know, the action is fun regardless. You know, but for me, I've made it a um, it's no longer worth having that connection, that unity with just anything and everything. Which I've had
I
that. I've
think
done that. There's something
I think
special that I'm
sex
looking
is
for.
smelly. I think sex is quite smelly.
Mm.
It stinks. Like,
Oh yes it does.
yeah,
Yes it
it.
does.
I don't like it at
No,
all.
that's your loss, my friend. I love walking into a room with with just a sex in the air. Beautiful. Let that marinate. I will sit there for days.
What's up with the people and their like your background looks like an LSD trip.
Uh,
It's your art piece?
yeah, that's a couple of tapestries that I have. So I started my artistic journey in abstract expressionism. So if you ever heard of Jackson Pollock, he was the first one to pioneer this kind of um, tactic, and then I just kind of stumbled into it, and I kept working with it and expanding the idea and finding more detail in the painting and the art that I've already created. And this is actually just a macro shot of one of my paintings that I ended up mirroring 4 ways to just mirror how life, everyday life, kind of happens.
Interesting,
Bilateral
man.
symmetry. So I did that to my art, and things started popping up: totems, images, faces, and you know how the human brain likes to pick out random patterns and put faces on it. So there's like animals all over this thing, and there's like bears and spiders and just random creatures, and I'm just like, I made this. This is amazing. So it's always here. I also put it on clothes and everything. Oh yeah,
Is
baby.
this your website? Is this your website?
This is my website. Yes, AndreyPsyche.com. My art prints. I do love drawing as well. So that one right there, or at least those art drawings, are my line. I called
So you got everything
detail.
over here, man.
Everything.
You got your accessories, you got your art paints, you got your paintings, pants. You got pants.
Oh yeah, baby.
You got
Check
so what do you? Oh, you got some animation doing that. Okay. So
it.
what do you want me? What do you want us to check first? Art or paintings?
Go to the
What's the
art
difference
prints.
between?
Go to the art prints. Well, I mean, the art prints are my drawings, which I spend. I draw with a .3 millimeter fine tip pen, and each drawing takes me about 200 hours to complete. 200 to 250 hours. So all of these ones are. I call it. What's it called? Heaven? No, not heaven. What detail? What's it called? Heavens in the details. This is from my art line, Heavens in the Details.
Oh,
So yeah, so
boy, boy.
yeah, I spent a good amount of time on all of those, and each painting is a poem that, or drawing is a poem that I wrote as well, which I included into my poetry book.
Holy shit! Could you look at this beauty?
Thank you so much.
Oh my God. Hey, this is good, man.
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
how do you go back? How do you go back? Oh, we got come back to Google. Oh,
Yeah, you got
did
kicked
you
out.
find? Did you create Google as well? Did you find?
I did
Okay,
not
it
find
looks like
Google, but I am on Google everywhere. If you put my name in there, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff, just a lot of things pop
Andrei
up.
Psyche.
You know it.
How did you end up with me? You famous little kitty cat.
I enjoyed you as well. You're sitting there on the podcast forums and you're saying words, and I'm just like, first of all, the Indian culture and the Indian lives, I just appreciate it. I want to go to India and I want to meditate and I want to hang out with you guys. Like,
When you gonna come? When you gonna come?
I don't know.
After the shit I said? You
Mm, I,
never been?
I've never been. I want to go.
So okay, I'll host you.
Okay. And like, oh, you have all
When
these colors too. Like, you have so many humans walking around like full rainbow
uh
outfits, regalia, flowers.
yeah.
Like, that's me, man. I want to hang out with that.
Well, this is comedy. This is
I know.
Lenny
George
Bruce and
Carlin. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I just this is just a flex painting. I didn't do anything over here. I just printed it out and it's hey, I ain't an artist, man.
That's not true.
I well, I am
Composition,
an
man.
I
Composition. Even just those posters on
define
the
it.
walls.
Define art. Define art. because see, the theme of the show
Mm-hmm.
is, I was about to say that the theme of the show
Mm-hmm.
is quite, well, it's educational, and I think entertainment and humor, it's a byproduct of most of my shows. I mean, a lot of people don't get it, but
Mm-hmm.
who the fuck cares about people anyways? I mean, you do your stuff anyway. How many did you have financial success in the beginning when you started?
Well, of course not. In the beginning, you have to do it for the love of it, and once you get to a point of just continue, once you make the decision to say, "I'm just going to do this because this is what my heart desires, and this is what I'm going to do regardless," that's when the energy exchange starts to happen between you and other people that see that the passion and the power, and then it just starts making that money because you're actually providing value to the world and you're radiating love. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I feel you, man. I mean, it's it, I don't think it's just the colors reside in your personality, I think. You don't need to paint it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's a painter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people use words, some people use, I mean, that's why typography. Are you a Steve Jobs fan? I think you're a Steve Jobs fan because you
Uh,
look like a Steve Jobs fan.
I appreciate his approach. His marketing skills are impeccable. Um, do I think he's got the best technology? I don't, but he is the greatest marketer. And I mean, art is
What
all about
what
the
what phone do
frame.
you use?
Right
What
now,
phone do you
I
use?
have a Samsung Galaxy. No, I have a Samsung Galaxy Note 9, or it's somewhere over there.
Interesting. You look like a Steve Jobs fan. You look like a little bit of hippie side, hippie happy,
I have
hippity hoppity.
I have a little bit of hippie tendencies. I do have that unconditional love going for me and the connection and the
You
unity.
meditate.
Yeah,
You
I meditate
meditate
every day. Every
every day.
moment of my life is meditation now.
Is
I
that
mean,
is that
only
a
rarely do I get
Wim
pushed into it.
Hof
Oh, yeah,
Wim
that too.
Hof sort of shit?
Yeah, that too.
Do you?
I do cold showers all the time. I jump into like cold shock therapy all the time. Like just
Yeah,
get
man.
that mind sharpened to a nice blade.
Were you
That's my
always this positive, or
hell no.
you know?
Hell no.
Tell me the journey. Tell me the journey. Everybody needs to know the journey, man.
Sure.
There has to be a journey.
So I used to be
So,
100% different. Go ahead.
dude, you're on.
Oh.
There you go. Ah,
Eee.
he's on, man. He's on fire. Everybody's commenting.
Ooh. On
Eh,
fuego.
eh, I don't know, something. Okay, let's come back to your story, man.
Okay.
How did you stumble upon such huge radiation of positivity? What are you, the Hulk of positive radiation, man? What the fuck happened to you? You just fell into, you're like Harley Quinn. Oh, yes, you are like Harley Quinn. Look at these colors, man.
Honestly, like I made a 180-degree turn in my life. I used to be a pre-med student. I mean, I finished my undergraduate research, all that stuff. I got my degree in biology and chemistry, and at that time, art, expression, communication, even was worthless. I mean, I talked to people, but it was always for a purpose, for a to get my way. I would manipulate people for whatever things I needed, and it felt like a me versus them kind of world. So obviously this stands from other past occurrences. I was picked on in middle school and high school, and I felt like I wasn't worthy of anything, of any love. So I put up my shelter. I put up
Why?
my
Why
why.
did you think you were not worthy? Like you were fat,
Yeah, I
skinny,
mean, yeah.
short? What?
I moved to America from Russia in 2002. So it was a complete
You're
culture.
Russian?
Yeah, bro. Full blown
Holy shit!
Russian.
That's yeah, man.
Yeah, Russian. I don't
You
know why I did
speak
that.
Russian?
Oh, yeah.
You s- Come on.
Ты хочешь, чтобы я что-нибудь сказал по-русски? Я тебе могу полную историю рассказать по-русски. Как я родился в России, как мы переехали в
Dude, you're my
Москву в
best
8
friend now. Do you know that? Did you just realize you're my fucking best friend? What the fuck? Where you been, man? You've been all. You should have you in the first show. You're Russian. I love Russia. I love Russia, man. I
Mm.
want to learn Russian so badly, and I want to go to Russia so badly.
Well, there
I
you
think
go.
it's the country that I want to be in.
Hmm.
It's other than India.
Hmm.
I don't want to be in the States because it's a
It's interesting.
no comments, no comments. And I don't want to be in UK and I don't definitely don't want to be in China. I want to be in Russia. Russia
Hmm.
has been, you know, it's an amazing place, man. Think about it. I've always had this. I never shared this with anybody. I've always had this dream.
Hmm.
Should I say that? Okay, I've always had
Please.
this dream. I've always had this dream that I'm gonna be ripped one day, then I'll learn Russian. And you got a film industry, right?
I am in it. Yes.
You're in a Russian film industry
No.
in the
What do you?
Russian.
What? What do you mean? What do you say?
Do you have a Bollywood in Russia, you little?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it kinda. What, like Bollywood
I
is
want.
its own thing in India. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean,
I'm
there's.
saying, do you have a film industry in Russia?
Well, of course, people make movies.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just want to be. I just have this daydreams that I'm going to be a huge star in Russia. Like, yeah, vodka, yeah. And then people are going like, oh my God, look at him go. I'm like, I'm going to recreate Bollywood shit in Russian. Like, because Bollywood, I heard Bollywood's huge.
Oh
Bollywood is
yeah.
huge. Do you
Oh yeah.
love Bollywood? Do you love
When I
Bollywood?
was in Russia, I used to watch a lot of Bollywood. I don't watch TV that often
Uh,
anymore. I haven't watched TV in like almost like 7 years now. It's just not a thing.
Tell me something about so you were talking about your rough childhood.
Hmm.
Please continue. I'm gonna look up a couple of videos that I want to show you
Okay.
on YouTube.
And
Meanwhile,
and a side note, in Russia, Bollywood is huge, and also in Russia, they like to rip off other ideas and just make them in their own. So it's like if you have ideas, you go to Russia and you make them, remake them in Russian, dude, you're gonna be huge, easy, super
you're in
easy.
the you just said you're in the film industry though. We'll talk about that, but let's go to the format back. Let's talk about your
Okay.
journey first.
Okay.
How did you stumble upon positivity?
The
How did
journey.
it change your life? Yeah,
Oh, it changed
your
my life
journey.
greatly. So I was in middle school, being picked on, felt like it was me against the world, and that kind of carried on into high school, where I just let people pick on me, and I thought I deserved it for whatever reasons. And it came to a point where I kind of grew up and I slendered down because body image was definitely one of them, the reasons I allowed people to pick on me, and
Were you suicidal?
so yes, definitely. There was a point where I got into being suicidal, and not that I ever got close to actually
Did you
doing
try
it.
medication? Did you try medication?
That's not the kind of person I am. I kept to myself, and I just kind of suffered through
How
it.
about how about naturopath, alternative medicines, I, I'm gonna tell you something about depression, but okay, yeah, finish it. I'm gonna tell you something about depression
Sure.
though.
Yeah, at that time when I was like 12 or 13, like none of that was even a possibility. Naturopathic medicine was not even a thing for me. Now, obviously, it's all about preventative health measures. Again, just naturally taking advantage of your body. But at that time, none
Hmm.
of that was a possibility. So I just kind of sat and suffered through it. And it got to a point to where I got bigger, and I grew up, and I was like, I don't have to take this shit anymore. So the next guy that like did something, I'd smacked him straight in the face, and then he's like, what happened? And I was like, bitch. And since that day, I became, I flipped that role, and I became the bully. Well,
You literally punched him?
of course, I literally punched him. He was sitting there. Here's the story. He was sitting at the lunch table, right, in high school, and I'm sitting there like I'm dressed up nice. Like at this time, self image was the only thing I could have control over. So I put on like some Armani stuff or whatever else I could get my hands on. I was working and I was 13, and I had nothing to do with the money except buy fancy clothes. So I did. And I'm sitting there looking all fly and shit, and this guy keeps throwing shit at me. He's been throwing things at me for like a whole year during lunch, just carrots and tomatoes, and like I was like, stop it,
Carrots and tomatoes.
you
Who the
know.
fuck is it? Who the fuck? Oh, Bugs Bunny? He throws carrots and tomatoes.
He was an asshole, is what he was. That's for sure. So then one day he threw something, and I was like, don't fucking do it again. And he's like, oh yeah, and he throws it. So I stand up calmly, and I'm like, ugh. And I walk over to him, I look him dead in the eye, and then just square in the face, like, bam. And he just falls on the ground, and he looks at me with just fear in his eyes, and I was like, you want to continue? And he was just trembling. He didn't want to do anything about it. So after that moment, I was like, oh, so this is what it feels like? I ain't taking shit ever again. I'll fucking punch anybody. Um, that is not my current viewpoint, but it served its purpose at that time. And after that, I started wearing like white suits everywhere. People talking shit. We start getting fighting. I love getting punched in the face. Tell you what, it used to get. I mean, I probably still enjoy it, but I used to love it. get punched in the face. It's like, oh, let's go, daddy. And then we'd get into a brawl. And, being Russian, too, there's like this pride thing. It's like, oh, you think you can beat me? Motherfucker, you think you can beat me?
Ladies and gentlemen, Andrey the Psycho.
Yes, I was a teacher for 4 years, and honestly, that's what I told him to call me from time to time. I was like, either you have
You
Mr.
were
Psyche.
okay, just
Okay, I'll slow down.
you're like the Flash right now. Blah 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 blah. What the fuck, man? Okay, just slow down. You were a teacher as well. What the fuck? You were like, okay, I beat up people, and then I'm a Russian, and I don't do drugs. Oh, by the way, I was also a teacher. Did you know that? Did you? What the?
There's a
What
lot
kind
of
of
things.
So tell me something about your teaching experience. I had another teacher as well a couple of days ago. I interviewed him. He was a cool guy. He was a poet as well. He's
Uh,
probably gonna watch the show.
I hope he
Shout out to
does.
you,
Maybe,
Jonah.
maybe Jonah and I can talk about reforming education and see where we can take this world. But I just finished this teaching thing. This was the last 4 years of my life. I was
So what do
focusing
you
on
do?
teaching.
What do you do for a living, though? What do you do for a living, though? Are
I'm a
you a
freelancer. I freelance right now. That's it. I sit
and
there and
what if you don't have any clients in 1 month? You just zero clients. How do you pay the bills?
so right now, obviously, this is what I'm facing. But again, you just stay grounded, stay day to day, stay present in the moment, and you know what? There's always things that come around. Um, I am much more active, much more vocal. I know that I provide value, so I just keep finding people who's like, hey, even if it's here or there, just $100, $20, and I live a very minimalistic lifestyle, so it doesn't take much for me to get by.
What do
So
you mean, though? Well, how do you live an austere lifestyle?
my minimalistic lifestyle, I don't attach myself to many things. I don't have many things I need to upkeep, so I have very
I don't
minimal.
know, man. Those are cool ass glasses you got there.
Yeah, and I got them for free. My dad was like, "Hey, look what I found. Here, take these." And I was like, "Thanks." Like I rarely buy things anymore. If I
But
need
don't you? How do you buy the colors though?
the
Those
colors.
are expensive. Yeah, those are expensive. I don't think.
So
If you
this
don't,
is so obviously I'll make something. I'll make a digital design and I'll go online and I have my distributors or I have my manufacturers and I'll just have it ordered and it gets printed on
oh,
there. Yeah, so something like that. Paint on when I do my paintings, I go
yeah.
to like a painting store anywhere around here, and if you go
Uh-huh.
and take their mismatch colors and you take everything, it's
Uh-huh.
free. So you go to a painting store and so like, hey, you got any mismatch colors? And they're like, yeah, we have like these 20 buckets. I was like, all
You
right, I'll
said
take them
you're a
all.
celib. You said you practice celibacy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do have a hypothesis.
Hit me.
It almost went viral, so I wanted to show you this.
Oh, okay.
I
Let's
don't
do
know
it.
if it's
Let's do
yeah,
it.
baby. Let's do it. Okay, so this is a famous YouTuber. He reacted to a video. I gave this interview back when I was in college,
Mm-hmm.
and so here it goes. No, it's not there.
It's not that.
You love girls. I don't give a fuck. Wait a second. Where the fuck am I? Where am I?
Do we ever know?
Oh, there you go. There I am. There I am.
I don't see anything. Should I be seeing something?
See it? Ah, he's gonna say something good about me. Wait.
I don't see anything.
You don't say
I
anything?
don't see anything.
What the fuck Okay, hold on a second.
No, something's
Yeah,
coming.
now
Yes.
see that's why I'm an amateur
Hmm.
podcaster.
I don't
I
believe that.
broadcast.
I don't believe that at all. I think you're doing an amazing job.
Can you see something now?
Yeah, I see it.
आदमी सामने से बोलती है, यार मेरी बंदी
Okay,
ऐसी है,
I'm
मेरी
about
बंदी
to
वो है.
be viral
पकड़ा
now.
गया
Okay?
पकड़ा गया
Stop
पकड़ा
singing it,
गया
Fatso.
उसे सबके सामने क्यों बोल रही है
What is it that you hate the most about girls? They're so damn beautiful, all of them.
ओह 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 ओह
It's so
कातिल
true.
कातिल ओह ओह ये
Yeah.
लड़की पिघल चुकी है immediately left पे
He's about to say something good
Swag.
about me now.
Beautiful, all of them. So you hate them because they're damn beautiful? Yeah, I mean, I'm just jealous. What can I say? I don't hate anything.
भाई मैं seduced through the computer मैं seduce हो गया हूँ
Yeah. So are you seduced now as well?
I'm very seduced. See, that's the problem. Is I found the love for every individual woman on this planet. I don't care who they are, what they look like, where they are. I
Exactly,
found that
exactly.
love
I'm
for each
about
one
to
of
say,
them.
I'm about to give like a quick shout out to the woman who missed this, you know, uh, this broadcast. Not
Hmm.
that she ever like, I don't know if she really wanted to be in it, but whatever her name is, she's a doctor from what's her name? Oh, Saran. Next time, baby, I send you a link. If you online, you can come. But otherwise, next time. I also want to give a shout out to Orchid. You're a beautiful woman. I love your poetry. Did you see her poetry on the club on the page?
I
I
don't
don't.
know if I don't know.
I'll send you a link. She's
Please,
amazing, man.
please.
She's like I even said this to her. She's so amazing. She has an Instagram. I thought I actually was to get her pretty face instead of
My pretty
a
face.
dick. I wanted a female because that resonates. I could flirt with them. Damn it, man! God damn it! I want to flirt with somebody so badly. The world is about to end. Don't you get the gravitas of the situation? The world is about to end almost.
I mean, you're just seducing me even more, man. Death is one of my greatest loves. So if the world is about to end, which we have no control over that, death, the other side, the final frontier. I have a song that I wrote about the romantic, the how I romanticize death and how
Do you have
beautiful
a
it is.
YouTube though? Do you have a YouTube?
Oh yeah, I have a YouTube. I have, I mean, anything and everything.
What's the YouTube?
YouTube / Almighty Psyche. Almighty
Almighty
Psyche.
Psyche. Let me look it
Yeah.
up. Yeah, you're about to say something. What were you saying originally?
Death is amazing. I love death. Death is beautiful, and we shouldn't be afraid of it.
Almighty what?
Psyche, Psyche, the almighty mind, the mind that we all possess. It's capable of everything. It's capable of everything.
Yeah. Is this there's a star and a brain? That's the logo?
Yeah.
Oh boy. I seen your that's what I see. That's what see. Oh, you got a lot of live interviews.
Yeah.
What else you got? Where is your music?
I organize things in playlists.
Playlist?
Yeah. So if you find one that
Okay.
says like publish music,
Where uh, book reading,
okay.
review, mu official music videos. Okay, we got something. Andrey Psyche Moon Song. What you want me to play though?
What was the name of that other song that um, I forget my baby's names.
Fallen Leaves. What?
Not Fallen Leaves. It is called. Oh my gosh. Sleep, death, love, lover in the night, lover in the night. That's the one about death and the beauty of life and the
Can
beauty
you?
of death.
How are you so? Are you like you're hyperactive? I think you're active every time, aren't you? You don't sit idly
I
too
don't
much.
sit idly too much. I can't do that. No, I can't do that. I not that I need to make things, but the understandings that have been bestowed upon me are too deep and too great that if I don't use them, I feel like I would burn up. Maybe you want to call that anxiety, and you can, but I don't necessarily even like when I do have that feeling come up, and I know I've gotten lost in that feeling before. I know that
Mhm.
I know how to get past it, to not like I live in
Let's play.
peace and in beauty. Yeah, so
Let's
this
play
is
the
my
Moon
one of my
Song.
first songs, and I drew this whole thing. This is a pain in the butt.
Are you fucking kidding me? Wow.
This took so long.
You drew all of that.
So the background was already like available animation that I didn't have to do too much, but everything that's moving, I had to add that on top.
Not be colder. Didn't stop me nonetheless. Sat beneath the moon.
You sang the song as well?
Oh yeah, sang it, recorded it, produced it, published it, like
How
anything
many
in.
subscribers you got?
Well, like I don't know, 150 or something. I don't know, not too much.
You got 150 subscribers?
Something like that, maybe like 200.
What the fuck, man? You deserve more.
Uh,
Like, literally, I mean, I literally, because the quality up in this bitch is, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I mean, you
I've been
can.
wanting. I mean, I don't know how to. I really wanted to like make animated stuff
Mm-hmm.
because so my vision with the brand is I wanted to teach English
Mm-hmm.
through my podcast, through my broadcast. Want to work on because a lot of people over here have English as a second language,
Mm-hmm.
so they want to be fluent, and those people who do not know how to like even comprehend the language at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to work on that as well. But before I launch my online course, I just really want to talk to people from different artistic background.
Mm-hmm.
Rappers. I've been talking to poets, authors, artists, because the psychology behind all of it. I want to give that for free to the people. I want
Mm-hmm.
to because literally I'm not a reader. I'm not an avid reader. So, I'm studying literature at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I got getting masters. I'm thinking to drop
Mm-hmm.
out because when you try to compress literature into a curriculum,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay like 1 month, 2 month. Oh, I'm gonna get a couple of marks for the I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna pass the semester. But it doesn't happen. If you want to read classical literature, if you want to read the Hamlet, you have to do it on your own. If
Mm-hmm.
you have to do it, you have to love it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I think I just wanted to talk to people because I think conversation is the ultimate form of gaining knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think, what do you think though? Do you think it's better than a book? Because I think it's better than. Do you think a conversation is always better than reading a book?
So I think it depends on what your end goal is. I think a conversation and a book are two different things. And in a book, I know you can get technical information much easier. You can get understandings passed along to you, and even when it is artistic and like poetry, you get certain survival information bestowed upon you through that written text that is unchanged. I think conversation is a lot better for just the connection and emotional intelligence. And like for me, conversations when I get deep into just a certain topic, I don't always retain the information, and it's not necessarily about the information. It's about two individuals expressing their needs or their ideas or whatever in a way that unites them. I mean, art is sex. Like all sort of force of art is that communication, is that loss of boundaries between what you thought was real and what wasn't. So when you have a conversation, for me as well, it's an intimate experience where the two minds mold into one, and then something new happens to come out of it.
Check it out.
Artist of the year, yeah, yeah, that's me, baby, me. No, thank you, sir. I appreciate you so much.
Because you're the only artist I could get. I actually texted another one. He ain't replying. But I'm so glad. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in destiny?
I do believe in fate. God is definitely something I've come around to. I used to be atheist, but I had some very interesting experiences, and it showed me some things. So yeah, I do believe that there's things that weave us together, and I mean there is no separation. That again, I'll piggyback to that anytime. Like there is no difference between us. So whatever has supposed to happen, it's gonna happen. So like this, I loved
Yeah,
I loved that you said, "Hey, jump on in 30 minutes." I was like, "Fuck yeah, that's the kind of man I like. That's what I do." It's like, yeah, let's do it.
because I wanted to have somebody else because I can't trust somebody with a live broadcast. All right,
Hmm.
so I thought I just literally sent you a friend request, checked your first video. I think I saw that you were doing a live stream before, so I literally thought, oh, he's done it before.
Mm.
So what the fuck, man? Let's go, man. And here you are.
Here I am.
We're gonna do this more often.
I mean, we'll be
I got,
here if you want to talk more. I'm here as long as I'm available. I like talking.
well, are you not available throughout the weekend? Although, yeah, this is because of the Corona shit, isn't it? You're quarantined and and stuff.
Well, I am quarantined first, but secondly, I have many more interests other than just sit around and talk. Obviously, like I'm an avid gardener. I have a bunch of trees to prune. I have a lot
Hmm.
of plants to plant. I got a van that I need to build up, and I have an infinite amount of things that I want to do and I continue to do. So when I can carve out some time to sit down and talk and explain my journeys to hopefully inspire other people to live, and I don't want them to live the same life as me, but to live their greatest life, to push themselves to find the dreams that they've been putting behind and just saying, no, I can't do it, and actually doing them, because I've been doing that every single day, and I'll tell you, my heart is on fire every single moment, and only rarely do I don't know, just kind of burn out. And if I do, then I sit there and I enjoy the fuck out of me laying in bed and saying, man, it's good to do jack shit right now. And I,
You love to
appreciate
smell the roses
Oh,
out of life. Yeah.
yes. I love the roses.
Yeah, God, you're a character.
Thank
I
you.
would love to have you, more often. You know. So, what do you think of Joe Rogan? What do you think
Oh,
of
I
Joe,
love
Joe
Joe
Rogan?
Rogan. I love Joe Rogan. You kidding me? What an enlightened being. Like, he'll sit there and he's very humble and in his understandings of
Did he,
life.
did he? Don't you think you should try DMT once? A
I
DMT trip?
I probably do, honestly. He the way he talks about it is very interesting. Now I'm okay with saving it for from the time of my death.
Imagine I'm Joe. What
Who?
you gonna say to him?
Ima-
Imagine I'm Joe. You're in the Joe Rogan podcast. Let's
okay.
say, hey, Andre. I'm Joe.
Hey Joe,
How are
it's
you?
been a long time. My God, I love your bald head. Can I kiss it?
You want to kiss my bald head?
Fuck yeah.
Why do you want to? There's Brendan Shrub out there. You could kiss his dick.
Who? No, I don't want to do that. I just want to touch the bald head of yours. It's such a perfect little circle. It's a beautiful bald head. I don't know if you know this, but not everybody has a beautiful bald head. Some people have,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
the best. Yeah,
he's got
yeah.
a
Is
beautiful
Stone Cold
bald
Steve?
head.
Do you watch wrestling?
It's one of my passions that I've not realized. I've since I was a child, I've wanted to watch like WWE. Never got around to it.
Professional wrestling is the shit, man.
Hmm.
I gotta tell you, it's the greatest form of marketing. Let me tell you something. Vince McMahon, if I don't know, so he's the owner of WWE.
Mhm.
Genius,
Mhm.
because the marketing level, these guys are actors, these guys are marketers. They do it every single day, and the WrestleManias are so grandiose. And
Mhm.
even this year, everything was quarantined, so they had the WrestleMania like it was pre-taped, and even that they lost a lot of money, but they marketed it so well.
Mhm.
Great PR, huge corporation. I think we as independent creators should also have that quality to be not only be able to market ourselves, but
Mhm.
practice public relations a little bit.
Mhm.
That's a little buzzword, because you're a communication student as well, aren't you?
Um, it was some of the
You're a media student.
I had some
Where do you
classes.
graduate at? What's your credentials?
uh,
Like, what do you study?
Biology. So sciences,
What the
physics, chemistry,
fuck?
neurobio, yeah, biochemistry, things of
Well,
that nature.
why? So over here in India,
Mhm.
we got a very conventional, traditional mindset when it comes to education.
Mhm.
They would like always say, oh, you have to take science. Up until high school, I had science, and then I took media science, media science,
Mhm.
media arts, and people majorly prefer engineering over here,
Mhm.
and of course medical, and of course, and then third option is science, chemistry, biology, and shit like that.
Mhm.
So if you were an Indian, your parents would say, yeah, go be a teacher or a professor. Do you think you're lucky you have the liberty to, choose your passion as one of the things that you could do on a daily basis?
Well, most definitely. I mean, my parents were the same way. They said, "Hey, go be a doctor, and get the pride, get the money, get all these things." And I got to a point where I needed to stand up to that and say no. I want to be myself. And I didn't know that this was it. Science was something that got me to this point. The understanding of what's underlying in the universe and psychology and philosophy. I started applying that to my personal life instead of just being some knowledge that I attained. And as I began pursuing it, art is the thing that popped out of it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so profound. I can't believe this has been dormant inside me for so long. So all of this sprung from the understanding of science and quantum mechanics, all these things, and it allowed me the freedom to kind of chase it down. And then when you speak of it, socially speaking, like my parents are accepting, but I still had to feel like, hey, this is what's happening. Like, enjoy that, you know.
You're a loquacious guy, right? You talk a lot. You love to talk.
I do.
Have you ever considered to do stand up? You're a funny guy.
I've done stand up, so I wrote a comedy song and it's hilarious. I'm getting a little feedback. I don't know why. But I've wrote a comedy song and it was hilarious. I tried stand up once in where is it? In California in the comedy club that Joe Rogan performs all the time in West Hollywood. And I just blew it. I just freaking blew it, man. It was horrible. Like, and I was already a performer for a long time, so I know how to have a stage presence. But I come on there and I start just like saying things. I was a sperm donor for a really long time, probably for about a year or so. So I was trying to share a story of being a sperm donor, and also I had this accidental threesome with one of my friends.
No, hold on a second. You were a teacher.
Sperm
You were a
donor.
bully
Yep.
before that, and you were bullied before that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you became a sperm donor.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit! And then you studied what the? What's? How do you put it in an equation?
You can't.
Your life is so fucking unpredictable. Like, you go zigzag all the time.
Yeah.
What's
So-
up?
What I've found out about myself is I like to go from one extreme to the other, and if you read any Buddhism, the middle way is
Hell
the
yeah!
way.
I got a Buddha statue over there. I wish I could show you that.
I'm gonna pretend to see him. Oh, it's beautiful. But the middle path is the path. So I have found myself just kind of
Yeah.
swinging from one extreme to the next, and kind of slowly, just bringing down the amplitude of how much extremes I go until I just start going in a straight line. If that makes sense.
How did your English get so better? You were originally Russian, right?
Mhm.
You were born in Russia, right?
Born in Russia, didn't study any English there, and moved here in 2002 with zero.
How? You got a teacher? Did you get a master, sensei, whatever?
For English, no. I went to public school, and they had an ELL program, English language learners, and they took me through it, and then I was in the public school district again, just kind of learning with everybody else.
So did you use a lot of imitation? You learned it through the pop culture, or did you learn it through the curriculum?
So I do credit a lot of it to just watching SpongeBob and Nickelodeon and Sesame Street initially, and then as I got a grasp of it, within a year I could already speak freely. After that, just whatever I was learning at school, I just soak it up. Like, reading wasn't huge, but I did my work, and if I was confused about something, I learned about it. Because one thing that I couldn't get was the social understanding, because people were picking on me and all these things. I didn't understand how to fit in socially, but I knew that science, I knew that math, I knew that all these subjects, they had an answer. There's a question, there's an answer. Find the answer. So I became very studious and very just dove into the intellect. And I think from there it just kind of happened naturally. And I might just be a linguist,
Yeah, you sound like one at least. I mean, come on. I mean, I think the way I also have a lot of I think pop culture really helped me because I didn't have any sort. My most well, I don't want to reveal it, but the biggest source of my English was WWE. I huge WWE. The promos like, "Hey, what you doing, brother? Hey, brother! Whoa, can you hear me, brother?" Hulk Hogan shit, man. I love this.
fucking Hulk.
He's The Rock. Yeah.
I love him.
Finally. Hey, Andre, what do you think about this show?
This show?
It doesn't matter what you think.
Well, it's true,
See
but
what
I am enjoying it. I am enjoying the show. I am enjoying the show. I'm enjoying your presence.
It does matter what you think after all. Okay. No, but I think
Yeah.
I think you should. I also. Hey, you are a teacher.
Mhm.
You got any suggestions for me? I want to be like, I don't want to be a teacher. I want to be a coach. Like,
Mhm.
I want to create an online course for people. You got any suggestions for me?
Sure. So the biggest thing is obviously value, right? Are you, what you're providing, is it providing value to the people? If
Hmm.
yes, keep going, keep doing it, and then try to provide that value in many different approaches. Because some people learn visually, other people learn through language, other
Exactly.
people learn through animation,
Exactly.
whatever,
We
whatever.
still.
So yeah, show it in many different formats, so then people can connect.
That's exactly what I work, because in India it's still a lot of people, a lot of the schooling system is still, stick to this traditional format, like a chalkboard and a teacher that's a lecture based shit,
Hmm.
but I want to make it audiovisual learning as well. I want to do it through seminars and PPTs and stuff that you actually do in your, when you go uh traditional, like, oh, sorry, you go beyond traditional. You learn through spiritualism, you learn through art. I think language is the I think it's a prerequisite to develop an artistic, you know taste.
Hmm.
So I think a lot of people have a complex when it comes to speaking this language fluently over here,
Hmm.
and I've been getting a lot of requests to teach them this language,
Hmm.
but I just wanted to be a pro. So I work in sales at the moment. So I make a lot of even before the quarantine happened. I made a lot of phone calls to people. I love talking to people. I
Hmm.
love talking to people. People, I think, you learn a lot talking to some random guys.
Hmm.
You know, the way of
Agree.
speaking, not only the language, I think the way of life itself. Even a cold call. Hey, sir, do you want to buy, sir?
Hmm.
Hey, do you want to buy insurance? I don't know, but you still have, even I heard I made this call to an old guy back in Australia. I was selling him electricity, like a cheap electric, and I said, "Hey, I have a great energy bill for you." And I, I have better charisma than that. I
Of
mean,
course, you have your
yeah,
pitch.
I can sell. I can sell shit. I can sell, you know, chocolate to a diabetic. I don't know. But hey, I don't know. But I have my morals as well. But I
Of
I called
course.
this old guy. I got called this old guy, and he said, so hey, what's up? You want to buy some electricity? Hey, you wanna learn about electricity? Here's my energy, bitch. I got a pool back there. There are three naked bitches out there, and I'm about to fuck him. And he just dropped the. And I was like, holy shit, this old guy is about to.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know. How many Red Bulls did he have? He's about to get a heart attack. So the
Uh-huh.
next cold call, because I was like, hello, sir. How you doing? The next cold call, I was like, hey, how are you? And it was an old lady, and I thought it's gonna be something similar. And she was like, my husband died. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, madame. Do you have a pool where you can have naked? I'm so sorry. No, but
That's
I
better.
said,
Hmm.
I felt for him.
Of
I
course.
felt, I felt for her. I mean, death
Mm,
is beautiful, don't you think so?
I do.
It's
I do think
beautiful.
it's beautiful.
I
And
think I asked it
mhm.
yesterday. What will you do when you're on a deathbed? Because I think that's the most personal experience a man can have.
Mm.
What are you gonna do when you're on a deathbed? Yeah, are you gonna read a book? Are you gonna watch a movie? Are you gonna talk to your loved ones? Are you gonna make a phone call? Are you gonna meditate? What you gonna do when you're in deathbed? Let's say you have one day to live. What you gonna do?
Mm. That's a very good question. I mean, if I'm literally laying in my bed and I know, okay, I have 24 hours, I'd probably not fill it with anything that's because I mean, why would you? You can't finish a book. You can't do this, that, the other thing. So I would just probably just walk around, go outside, enjoy the sun one last time on my skin. Maybe if there's some doggos around, I love doggos. Pet some doggos.
Really?
Yeah,
That's it?
yeah. If my family's
Really?
there, maybe I'll give them a call. But honestly, maybe probably not. I mean, they know I love them, so it's like, I'd like the last moment to just be if
What?
by that time I find the love of my life, a wife that I would be with, or maybe if I have kids, I would definitely want to spend my time with them, because if
Didn't you? Didn't? Weren't you in any relationship before?
I've been in relationships. That's why I walked away. It's because I've had 4 relationships that truly changed my perspective, and I've had plenty of partners that I've had throughout the time. Uh, so I got to an understanding that again, I love everybody. I can find value with any woman that comes into my presence, and we
I
can
hear you.
create a life of that we can create, whatever that may be, with whatever insecurities we might have, with whatever anything. So instead of dealing with that in the relationship, I decided to fix those preemptively. So then anything that might come my way, now we have 2 individuals that are not dependent on each other, that are free from other influences, and then when we can be together, it's just a growth, just perfect pure growth and love, unconditional love for who we are truly. So when I can find that person, I will spend my last day with her.
Let's go back to your art again. What's it called? What's your website called again? Odd
AndreyPsyche.com.
A N D
D
R
E
E
Y
Y
PSYCHE
CHE.
.com.
Oh, what you also got a Wikipedia, don't you? Do you have a Wikipedia on your name?
Not yet. I have looked into it, and somebody
Shit.
somebody somebody else has to write it. I'm not gonna write it. Somebody else has to
Hey,
write
hey,
it.
hey. I'm gonna write it,
Do it. Do it. I mean, I have
baby.
enough
Don't
coverage
you worry,
probably.
baby.
Hey,
You got me now.
thank you.
You gotta teach me a lot of things, Joe. I really have to learn a lot of things from you. For example, how do you animate? How
So,
do and no, don't answer it here, because a lot of
quick
people are gonna
answer.
take notes. They're gonna
But
be,
no, quick
do
answer.
not do no. Even if it's a free shit, don't. I don't want anybody to get this secret.
Okay.
Did you read The Secret though? Did you read the book The Secret?
I listened to the author of The Secret, and she does a lot of like
Oh my
audio
god.
interviews and things of that nature. I actually just released a song called The Secret today. Funny enough, it's called The Secret. It's on Spotify right now. Literally, I released it today.
So let's check out. First, let's check out your. I didn't think the viewers got an idea of how good you are. So let's check out your art once more. Let's check out your paintings.
Mm.
What
That
did
was
you
the
paint?
beginning of it all. That was the beginning of it all.
That was the beginning of it all.
Yeah.
Oh,
You click
it's
on
a
books.
book.
You know. Did you click on books or?
No,
Ooh,
no, I think I clicked. I don't know what happened, man. Oh, you got two books here.
yeah, I have 2 books.
So tell me about the books, man.
So
Space.
Space Between the Crescent Shadows, that's my latest book, and Expedition of the Psyche is my first book. So the first book, Expedition of the Psyche, it was written based on the painting that you
These are
see
these are
on the cover.
ebooks or paperback or what? You can buy it on Amazon.
Yeah, right there. See, boom, I have the books. You can buy it on Amazon. You can buy it on my website. I can send you a physical book, and yeah, they're also ebooks. Which
Hmm.
side note for your listeners and for yourself, I do have the PDF versions here. I sell them for $6, but if you put in the promo code free on checkout, they'll be free, so
Okay,
you
what's
can
the
read
promo
them.
code? What's the promo code?
Free, FREE,
Okay, FREE is the promo code.
for the PDF version. Yes, I will make them. I will make it easier to find. I'll put them in the same page as these 2 books because right now they're in a they're
What's this book about?
Expedition of the
Expedition of
Psyche.
the Psyche.
So this book was written based on the cover art that you see there. That is the painting that I translated
Hmm.
into this book. So basically,
Really? You
yes.
just you. So what did you just made a commentary on your own art?
In a way, but it went a little deeper. It was like a meditative trance in a sense. So I made the painting, and I knew there was more to it than just a painting. It kept almost like shining bright at me, and it's winking at me, and I'm like, what do you want? So I took a camera with a macro lens. I started taking pictures of points of interest, I should say, and I uploaded it to the computer and just kind of stared at it, and I looked at it, and literally I'd sit there for maybe hours, for like 2 hours, looking at what's happening in that moment, and everything started to just kind of. I guess not everything. A seedling would step out into my focus, into my existence, and a narrative would build itself around that little seedling of an image that I noticed. So I'd sit there and I just clickety clack, put it into a chapter, and it turned out to be maybe a lesson or an understanding that I've accumulated through my life in order to get to the point of where I am now. So it turned out to be a book with 32 chapters, with 32 images that I took out of the painting that stood out and talked to me in a way that allowed me to narrow down the path that I got to this kind of mindset. Yeah, so there's some that random names, Rameth. The names came to me. Yeah, Scarlet Love. So that one's about just how I see love and how that romantic relationship can build and what you're trying to look for and how to create.
Did you
that
notice
individual.
anything happen?
I saw you pop out
did
for a
see that.
moment. I kept talking.
Yeah.
And-
Hey, you got the pro here. I clicked on. I was clicking on your book, and I clicked on the cross button.
Oh, it
That's
happens all
how
the time.
amateur I am.
That happens all the
That's-
time. But
My heart literally skipped a beat at the moment. I thought, what the fuck? I'm making like it happened twice in a row. Like yesterday was a hailstorm. Today it's fucking. I'm showing all my amateur traits. So the code is free. FREE. Is that capital?
yeah, it doesn't matter. So in this book, the one that you see here, that's the physical version to get the paperback to send to you. I'm gonna add the PDF into the same page where you were at. If you want to find it, if you go to if you go home and just scroll all, or if you go to the shop, I should say, if you go to the shop and you scroll all the way
Okay.
down.
Who created this website? Who designed this website?
I made the website. I made everything on the website. I make everything. I
What's
had
the capacity? How much do you spend on the hosting and shit?
for hosting for this website, $350 a year. I can upload my music to it. Initially, I could publish my music from the website, and then they stopped allowing that, I guess.
Did you create all the everything, the payment chain, everything yourself?
I mean, I've created
But
everything.
how would you like people gonna pay on your book? Like, is that did you like the price and the payment getaways? Did you add it all yourself, all by yourself, or did you hire somebody to do all that
So
for
so
you?
I'm using Wix, and Wix comes with widgets. Like if they needed to do the payment, I didn't have to like code anything per se, but everything that you see, how it's laid out, the prices.
How easy is art? Because a lot of people at the moment are trying to find like they're trying to publish their newfound passion. Like I got broadcasting. I
Mhm.
think I think I'm gonna be like, at least not the technology part, but at least this talking part. I love talking to people, the
Mhm.
interview skills. I studied journalism, so yeah, okay, I guess a little prerequisite checks out. But a lot of people want to start their something of their own. Like a lot of people want to draw. A lot of people want to sing. What like you've been there, done
Mhm.
done them all. So how easy is art?
I mean, honestly, it's as easy as breathing because we're all artists. Like you asked me earlier, what is art? Art is just expression. Expression for the sake of expression. It's a yoga. Art is a yoga. So if you're doing it for the means of doing it,
Hey,
you will
is this
find.
your podcast?
Yes. So that's one of my podcasts. That's one of the last episodes I did, which was last year. I covered a.
How many downloads you got?
I don't know. You can tell me if you find that.
You don't check them the stats at all. You don't focus on the stats.
For the podcast, no. That's for the podcast. I do it to record it. I find somebody that I find fascinating. I record an episode with them just to get to know each other, and then to just cross promote or just to point other people to that if they want to know more about that certain topic or something. At least for that podcast, I got another podcast that I do where we interview musicians in the Seattle area. That one we have a larger following because we have at least like 2,000, at least 3,000 people reading the website. So there's a bigger transfer there. I'm not in charge of the stats in that one. I'm just I was the producer and the interviewer and the host and all these things, but I washed my hands clean of most of that, and I just do hosting now. Because I also just like to talk. I know how I can do the rest. I'm going to teach somebody else to do it and let them focus on that. And the third podcast is my Anchor podcast, which is, I just plug it in and talk
I
into
also
it on my phone.
I also started with Anchor.
I love Anchor
And
so much.
yeah, I love Anchor. It's so easy, man.
So easy.
So anybody who wants to start a podcast, I would suggest you to do what I'm doing. like, but don't do it in my niche because I will fucking crush you, little. But you just do it on your own niche, like you want to talk about, like your in your own language. You can do it. Go ahead, do it. So to start with stream, I literally learned streaming from somebody else. He's a public speaker. I'm gonna talk to him as well. He got a interview scheduled with him. I think like within a week or something. So his name is Dan Ram.
Mm.
He's a great guy. He's really amicable. He taught me this. I saw his show. I was on his show, and I was like, oh fuck, I gotta do this. I didn't know how to do live. I really wanted to do something like this, but I didn't know what software. See, I'm technologically challenged. That's what
Mhm.
I think. I don't because even I have like I have an expensive life. I don't give a fuck about anything, man. I just don't. I want to lie in my bed and just want to scroll. Up until before that, I was a depressed ass hippo,
Mhm.
and I was just laying down. I was just like, oh, I hate my life.
Mhm.
Oh, Oprah, and I don't know. I was too very depressed.
Mhm.
I too want to find that solitude.
Mhm.
Talking to people is one of those.
Mhm.
Talking to people is amazing. Like I'm having this conversation right now. I don't have the AC on. I don't feel like I got the hoodies and I'm feeling very I'm sweating right now, but still I don't feel it. Like
Mhm.
I love it.
Mm.
And you have to find something like that. I don't want to call it like when you call it something cliched like passion. It's your passion. Follow your
Mhm.
passion. Ooh, passion. Then what's gonna happen? Then it's so cliched. Everybody's doing that. Oh, I'm following my passion. I got a podcast. Hey guy, you gonna check my mixtape? You wanna check my mixtape, bruh? Everybody's doing that. But
Mhm.
it's about I don't know what it's about. I don't think we should know what it's all about
Mhm. I agree.
because
I agree
we
with that.
don't need the answer. We don't have the answers, man.
We don't
Look at
have
us.
it.
Like you studied biology, right? Look at what's happening around the world.
Mhm.
You know, did we s- well, did you see it coming?
I
I don't
mean,
know.
it was eventual, probably, but I mean, we
It was
couldn't predict
eventual.
it when or how or who. But it's all in the process, which is again what life is, and art is. So art is just a reflection of life on a more tangible scale that you can manipulate. And I like for me, that's what it was. Once I understood that art was my expression, which led to the expression of the world. I took responsibility for literally everything on this planet. Then you can start to change it in one way or another. What you allow to exist, what you allow to.
Expression, as in you have everybody, everything has an expression. Do you believe in
Mm-hmm.
that?
Of course.
This mic has an expression. This mic, the clap, everything, every person has an expression of its own.
So I think you mentioned something about like what panpsychism, like everything has a consciousness, however base or however basic or evolved. So yeah, how this microphone is, a table, a plant, the earth itself, us, these glasses, right? So everything has its own, yeah, consciousness in that
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, so I definitely believe in that, and that's why it's like, how do you approach life? How do you express yourself? Like this microphone, it
Would you
can't it can't confuse itself. We can confuse ourselves
would you
real easy.
would you consider yourself as hyper conscious at the moment?
Hyper conscious at the moment. That
You're
would
too much conscious.
I wouldn't say
You're
that. I wouldn't say too much. I know that I've been working on this, and I'm pushing myself to the boundaries, and I'd
Hey
like to.
guys, come on, man. I'm doing this show for you guys. You don't even leave a comment. The two people watching this, I know the entire broadcast is gonna be boring, but I'm gonna later put it in the interesting, like a dick joke or something. I'm gonna put it in Instagram. If you wanna learn the best out of it, I know you're not gonna watch the entire show. The one guy who's watching, at least leave a fucking comment, man. Just leave it. Here's this guy. Where are you from, though? I didn't ask you this. Where are
Me?
you? You're, where
So
you calling
right
from?
right now I'm in Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, Washington. So he's calling from Washington, Seattle, Washington. Grey's Anatomy was shot there.
Hey,
I
yeah.
don't know why. Did you watch this? I don't know why I said that.
I used to watch it. It was a sexy show, man. I mean, I was gonna be a
It
doctor.
was.
I watched all the doctor shows. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be my life.
Doogie Howser and shit. Okay. No comments, man. Yet. It's okay. Fuck you guys. Coming back to the Incredible Hulk of psychic shit. Hey, man. What's up, man? You look what's up with the black T-shirt? What, do you love black? Ah, what's written there?
So that's Russian, and on it says, "Do not be afraid of anything." I mean, I could have put on one of my shirts that I make.
How could you be so positive that you put it on a T-shirt though?
I didn't put this on.
Wouldn't people like, I don't think you're phony, but wouldn't people call you phony because you're like, oh hey psych, hey Buddhism, hey artist, oh podcast, oh music. Wouldn't like, oh celibacy, I'm too perfect. Wouldn't people call you phony?
I mean, they can. That's their prerogative and that's their choice. I mean, I'm not. The thing is, I don't put any weight in other people's vision of me or perception of me because I know who I am. And if somebody doesn't see that's their downfall because they can't see beyond themselves to see me. And that's okay because I used to be that person as well. That I would only project my own insecurities or my own images onto other people, and that's why none of my relationships worked out in the beginning. So it's like they can feel that. I know it's true, and I'm gonna keep doing it for me. I don't do it for praise. I don't do it for anything. So I just do it regardless, and eventually they'll either, if people don't hate you or love you, you're not doing anything right. So I got people that hate me. I probably have. I mean, I got people that love me, and I probably have people that hate me.
In Shishara Paradise says, how? Wow, amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, in Shishara Paradise from Philippines.
That's so
She's
nice.
hot, actually. She's
That's
very
nice.
hot.
We're all hot,
with
baby.
her?
We're all hot.
Oh, come on, man.
Look, I mean, like,
you break the fucking celibacy. Come on.
So okay, so quick story. I was celibate for maybe 3 years, and a lady came into my life, and she was cool. I really appreciated talking to her. She was a little bit older than me, which doesn't matter honestly. But we were hanging out, and she was like, "So what are the chances of us getting physical here?" I was like, "Lady, listen here. Like I appreciate you. I love you. I love everybody, but I'd like if I wanted to fuck you, I'd fuck you." But like I bend you over and I'd do it right now. But the fact that you're sitting here talking to me about this, that's not like I don't want this. I just want a friendship. So she took me. She's like, "Hey, let's go camping." I was like, "Okay, let's go camping. I love camping." So it's just her and I, and we have one tent, and we're sitting there, and then she starts crying about, why nobody ever picks me? I'm looking for my love of my life, and it's not you, and I thought it was you.
Oh yeah,
And she
the
just gave me.
typical. Yeah, man. What's up with chicks with that shit? Oh yeah, oh nobody loves me, and yeah. Okay, it happened with you too.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
and then?
And
And
well,
then?
it just, I mean, it was waterfalls, and it was clear manipulation tactics. And I was like, all right, either I deal with this or I just do it, and I'm like, and just whatever. So we had sex, and we left after. The next day, and I never talked to her again because I was like, listen.
At the moment there should be that animation of glasses of coming in a joint like da 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 da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G.
And then the doobie.
Dog life.
It's the
I had sex anyway. In the beginning, you were like, "Hey, no, hey, bitch, shut the fuck up," and then you went on camp and were like, "Yeah, sure, I'll fuck you."
She got what she wanted. She got what she wanted.
Holy shit, man!
But yeah, since then I just kept on, just like, all right, I don't need this because
So
it didn't give me anything.
So I don't know what people are gonna get out of it. I think you can be a lot of. I think you can be free and badass out of this podcast. You can get
totally.
that shit.
Oh, totally. You can be
'Cause
free,
this guy is
badass.
This guy loves life, man. I think from what can I see, he loves life and he loves death equally.
Mm,
And you love death as well.
yes.
You are a sly little bastard. You try to portray this image, and you're nice as well. There's something about you, man.
Hmm.
What is it? What is it? What's missing?
If I knew,
What's
my
missing?
friend. If I knew. I mean, though, I can't say I'm missing anything because again, everything that you have is inside of you. But would I be happier if I had a second individual like this in female form that we could just go out there and because life is a two-person video game. Life is a two-person video
got
game.
it.
I would
You
love.
want to fall in love, don't you? You're in true love.
Yes, I want
Yeah.
to find that magic. You know that
You
that thing that
haven't?
people say, the
Yeah,
soulmate, the
yeah. I
divine
know
flame.
exactly what you mean.
Yes,
I know exactly what you mean.
yes, yes.
Dude, yeah. Everybody wants that, man.
Oh yeah.
Everybody wants that.
And that's why I'm the
Well,
person that I am today, because I know that I have to be exquisite in order to find that one person that is equally on my level. I don't want any excuses. I don't want any bullshit. I don't want any pain. Like, we've worked through that. I want to have a divine connection with a partner, you know? So until that happens, great. If not, I've accepted that even if she comes at death, which I know she will come at death, because that's where the reunion
what
happens,
do you
you know,
mean
with a.
though? What would define at death? Like
Well,
you
just
on death?
at the moment of release, like once we leave this body and we go somewhere else, you're reconnected with, I mean, the universe, right?
Oh, you believe in afterlife?
You could, I mean, you could say that. I believe that there is no death in that sense. Like there's a physical
There
death.
is no death.
There's a physical death.
Oh, okay.
You know, the
Okay.
body will fade away, but
Have
the
you read
essence.
have you
Go ahead.
have you read the Gita, the
I,
Bhagavad-Gita?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've read it. I'm sure I've gotten some pieces from it. Should I read
Dude,
it?
you got because hearing from you, I think you're into Buddhism.
Oh yeah.
You're into theology as well.
Oh yeah. I've become an omnist. I used to be an atheist. Now I'm an omnist.
Okay, then you should read the Bhagavad-Gita. It's an amazing book.
Okay.
It's a mythological story of the Mahabharata.
Mhm.
It's a mythological story. Got a lot of mythological characters. It
Mhm.
tells you, it gives you these lessons
Mhm.
through mythology and characters, and it's a storytelling as well, so you can perhaps extract something for your writing career as well. It's
Mhm.
amazing, man. It got so in Hindu religion,
Mhm.
they got we have so many scriptures, right? So we got the Vedas, we got the Upanishads, we got
Mhm.
108 Upanishads,
Mhm.
we got I think four Vedas, and these are huge ass books.
Mhm.
And I don't know about, I'm not a religious scholar, but what the scholars say is that the Gita is sort of a summarized version of all of these things because and told in a story format.
Mhm.
So I think,
Fascinating.
yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's amazing, man. The language in itself, you should download it, like, because from the way that I see it, uh, your energy, the psyche that you have is gonna coordinate so well with the book. Because
Mhm.
I'm not a reader. Again, I watch a couple of YouTube videos. Oh, that shit. That's it. I'm a lazy guy, man. I have a poetry semester.
Mhm.
Poetry. I literally read all the summaries, and I just, fuck it. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna read the entire. Fuck it, man. I'm not gonna read the entire Hamlet. Come on. It's a stupid ass story. There's three people and there's fucking ghost. And there's a guy called Horatio. And I said that same thing to the poet guy. What the fuck do you teach to children? It's like teach biology, it's better. Teach mathematics, it's better. But not Horatio. What the fuck is Fellatio, Horatio,
Oh,
whatever the fuck
hello.
is.
Yes, yes, fellatio, Horatio. Definitely. Can you write it down into the comments so I can? I don't know how to spell the Gita. There's probably some T's and H's and.
No. It's Geeta. That's it.
Oh, okay. Geeta. Okay.
Geeta. It could say Bhagavad. I'll leave you a message after this ends.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's wonderful. I definitely look forward to that. I've been like more
This is
recently.
gonna,
I've.
if you really read the entire book, if you really put time into it.
Oh
I
yeah.
got, I got a copy with myself. I can't just find it right now. It's. I don't know if it's gonna change your life. I don't claim anything, but yeah, give it a shot.
Oh, of course.
It's
I'm a
it.
sponge. I like taking in information. Like I don't identify with anything until I see a reflection of my own life, you know. That's how I got here cuz I started
Nobody's gonna
experiencing so
watch.
many things.
Nobody's gonna watch this part. It's about 1 hour 14 minutes, so I could just say it quickly. Okay.
Go ahead.
So, what do you think is my religion?
What do
Except
you
for like, okay, I'm born Hindu, but
Mhm.
what do you think I believe in?
I don't know. That's a very interesting question. I mean, you have a whole bunch of comics
Can
on
you?
the walls. So, I mean, and the comics that you have on your walls are they spoke of um what's it called? I mean, it's a similar idea. It's like empowering the people and I don't know. I would assume you believe that you are also God. You believe you're God?
So nobody's gonna watch this, so I can say it. Okay, I'm not gonna put it on the. I'm gonna edit this part out. I'm a Satanist.
Oh, that's okay, dude. Why would you? That's the
No,
best.
because
That's one of the
people are not
greatest
gonna
things.
accept it. No, people are not gonna accept it, dude.
There's so
I
many
get a
people
lot
who
of
are.
flack. So here's the deal. There was a very hard time. Nobody's gonna watch this part, so I'm saying it like this is basically a Skype call now. So, so I'm just gonna say this to you.
Mhm.
There was a